Hello everyone, and welcome. The glorious ink splosion prevention kit is not sold in stores. Why? Because the items are so simple, a manufacturer would feel silly selling them as a kit for 3 times the price. So, here's what you need to create this masterpiece. We'll need an infusion set. Many parts from this set will come useful later on. Some syringes for suctioning, 60 ml and 20 ml will do just fine. And some bobbin connectors. This contain a brilliant, passive anti-spillage mechanism. Instead of aggressively ripping the packaging like a panicked gorilla, we'll employ finesse. Locate the designated corner, usually where the plastic film and the paper backing are weakest, and with a steady hand begin to gently pull the 2 sides apart. Once the infusion set is liberated from its plastic prison, your focus narrows to the piece de resistance, the Y junction. This Y port is what we're after. This dual-access design is absolutely crucial because it will later allow us to inject cleaning fluid or draw suction. Now that we've identified the Y junction, we'll do a precision amputation on the infusion set. Measure out the longest end of the tubing 3 to 4 inches, then make the slice clean and decisive. Next, turn your attention to the opposite end of the Y junction. Leave enough tubing to comfortably reach the damper, all the way out to a clear, easily accessible point outside the printer chassis, where you can perform the suction. Behold, you now possess the meticulously crafted Y junction conduit, the central nervous system of your ink splosion. Having a spare clamp laying around would provide a gratifying layer of redundancy, not strictly necessary. The valve already in place will compensate for it. We must now marry the customized tubing with the bobbin connector, the tiny ingenious piece that holds the key to a mess-free life. This process is notorious for being fiddly and a true test of patience. The connector is not designed to be used this way. Pushing the tubing all the way is a rite of passage. If you manage to sleeve the bobbin all the way, consider yourself a maintenance god. You have achieved the tightest, most secure connection possible. However, if the tubing resists your efforts, do not worry. The printing deities have provided an alternative. Remember, failure to sleeve is not failure to succeed. We work with the tools we have. So, what's the alternative? Let's turn our attention back to the infusion set, or whatever is left of it. There is a flexible silicon section part of the line. We can use this to improvise a new connection to the connector. The silicon part just pulls apart once the safety sleeve is pulled back. Then you are left with a nice 3-inch very useful piece that can be used in many situations. From this piece of silicone tubing, now you can cut out a 1-inch smaller piece that will serve as a new connection. Now for a moment of pure, satisfying simplicity. Take your dedicated silicone tube as you attempt to sleeve the connector onto the new tube. You will find to your delight that this time it's easy peasy. Utilize the original components for a robust, professional finish, locking the system down against all possible ink-related mischief. Before we finalize the assembly, we'll harvest a small piece of 5 mm of the soft, compliant silicone tubing to create a powerful, flexible fastener. For smoothest connection and protect against stressing the plastic, carefully collect a minuscule bit of moisture right from the tip of your tongue. This simple act transforms a struggle into a seamless slide, ensuring that the connector goes all the way in without damage, achieving that coveted, perfectly tight seal. Finally, we deploy the custom 5mm ring we prepared earlier to lock the entire system. Sliding the ring over is just a matter of persistence. Silicon is easy to work it in place. And that, there, is the moment of glorious finality. You have successfully created a strong, flexible connection that is now attached and ready for action. You didn't just assemble a tool, you engineered a highly customized solution to one of DTF printing's messiest problems. How the kit works. The 20ml syringe is ideally connected to the blue bobbin connector that you so expertly sleeved onto the shorter end of the Y junction. When you draw ink or cleaning fluid from a damper, you don't want a violent slurp that stresses the delicate print head. The smaller volume allows you to pull back slowly and gently, clearing minor clogs and bubbles without causing a pressure catastrophe. The 60ml should be your primary, pushing cleaning fluid in the head. If you have a truly stubborn fossilized clog that the 20ml syringe can't budge, the 60ml is brought in. It provides the sheer volume and pulling force needed to draw large amounts of stubborn white ink or thick fluid through the print head. You use this carefully and sparingly only for the most desperate situations. When pulling fluid out of head, disconnect the 60ml syringe. When pushing fluid in the head, clamp the 20ml side. Now you can connect the Y-junction conduit to each channel separately or make a multiple of your tool. They are advantages: no ink contamination between channels, save time, money, storage, and disadvantages, costly, and all the opposites of advantages. Do not simply rush to flush. Before you use your custom tool, you must diagnose the clog's severity by running a nozzle check. If the clog is minor, use gentle pressure. If the head is heavily clogged, your first move is to soak it with cleaning fluid, allowing the cleaner to dissolve the gunk and only then attempt to clear the channel. Before you toss the remaining parts of the original infusion set into the recycling bin, we must perform one final critical act of resourcefulness. The longer and used segments of flexible tubing are pure DTF gold. So cut few pieces for future occasions. Here is another example. Use your creativity. Use what you have. Never give up. Thank you for watching, and have fun.